I'm good, live.
I'm ready.
You already went live?
Yep.
Shalom, y'all surrounding. He bridge out Tulsa, Oklahoma. Once again, out of the process of downfall of Babylon the Great. First things first, head to the east. Give our place glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kadash.
Pay root for times, granted the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the Apostle Elders, Great Millstone. And Shalom to you, sister brothers, living in truth. And Shalom to brothers and sisters that's listening, studying, to show yourselves approved. Notice something real big through the Spirit, y'all surrounding that's happening. That really is very prophetic to show that we're really about to get up out of here. The time has come. As you all know, Trump put out an executive order basically trying to bring back segregation. You know, and I peeped all the reactions to it. You know, looking at how y'all probably would feel about it. And what I noticed is Eve, you know, the so-called Israelite woman, she no longer wants to be a part of Esau Edom, which lets us know that Esau is done. His power structure, like everything about him is through. Because that's always been his number one, you know, his lieutenant, his number one supporter, and keeping us down as a nation. So when I'm looking at Eve doesn't want to be a part of Esau Edom anymore, with the so-called white man, he's finished, man. So that lets us know people want that semblance of holiness back. Because now they're starting to see what it's like to be attached to Esau Edom, and all that was very detrimental to us. So we start off this first thing first. And it's Leviticus 20 and 26. And it says, and ye should be a holy unto me from the Lord and of holy. And have severed you from other people. That ye should be mine. You peep that? So we're not supposed to be all integrated with these other nations, heathen nations. It showed not Esau Edom, the so-called white man. That's our enemy. You know, ever since Jake went in with Esau Edom, that civil rights movement, that Martin Luther King spirit, hey, we went down in the hole majorly, man. We lost all our industry. You know, we ain't hardly got nothing. And Esau was able to dominate us because we were so close to him. It made Jake start being like Esau. That's why we went through some real bad curses. It got real bad when we linked in with Esau, man. He put drugs in our neighborhood, introduced Eve into abortion, you know, introduced feminism into our community. You know, they put all they little isms in us, and everything was just bad. We just went down big time.
That's why Israelites went into captivity all them times. They linked up and went around, tried to be jointed in with all the other nations, and the Lord told them to be separate. And that's why the Lord brought us down all them times. Jake always want to come together with their enemies, or they'll look at their enemies and like, oh, I like what they got going over there. We should do that and follow along instead of following what the Lord Yahweh Shah said. And the Lord said, hey, you stay with him. Hey, you're gonna be holy. You're gonna be prosperous and everything. But Jake always looked to the side and like, oh, we should integrate some of what they doing. Though we should do a little bit of that or bring them into it. And it always brings Jake down and have the enemy, the other nations over us in the end. And that's exactly why we're in captivity to this day.
I got a quick precept just to back you up right here, because this is 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 14. And he said, as obedient children, not fashioning yourself according to the former lust in your ignorance, but as he which had called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation, because it is written, be ye holy, for I am holy.
Right. That's a great precept that be ye holy as I am holy. And if you go into the word holy, it means to be separated from the world, man. Holiness is a high thing, but people use that in the wrong way, especially in Christianity. And they're like, oh yeah, I'm holy, I'm sanctified, and filled with. Like, you don't even know what that is, man. They still call themselves saved, and I'm like, what you saved for? You ain't even been through no trouble yet. You right along with the world doing everybody else, so you ain't holy. Your whole congregation got Edomites all in it. So how is you holy? Man, that's crazy. So I got a couple precepts, man. This is Deuteronomy 14:2. It says, you have been set apart as holy to the Lord your power, and as he has chosen you from all nations of the earth to be his own special treasure, man. Like, the Lord separated us, man. We the apple of his eye. We the Lord's jewels, man. He chose us out of all the nations to be holy, which is separate, apart from the other nations, man. He said the other nations is nothing but like a drop of a bucket, like spittle unto them, man. So that should say something to you. So why would you want to be a part of them that he said is a drop of a bucket or spittle, loosely paraphrased?
I got one to back you up too. This is 1 Peter 2:9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people that should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Verse 10. Which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of Yahweh, which have now obtained mercy, which have not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy.
It said the people of Yahweh, man. That's Yasharallah, man. You got to look into that word. That means he princes of the power, man. We're princes of the power. We're above that, man. The Lord called us gods, man. But we should die like men because all the hell, all the wickedness that we done, following after the other nations, man. But we're going to get that back. It said, hey, man, we're supposed to be Yasharallah, like him. You got it all. Oh, I got one to back you up. This is 1 Peter, like in the same chapter, just jump it down a little bit. 1 Peter 15 and 16. It says, but as he called you his holy, you also be holy in all your conduct, since it is written, you shall be holy, for I am holy. We're supposed to be just like Yahweh Shah, man. Like Yahweh. He's holy. He was separated. He didn't want to be joined with everybody else. He didn't want to be joined with the 2/3 niggas around him. Every time they tried to do something, Yahweh snuck out the back, disappeared, like, hey, man, nah, y'all ain't about to print and do this. He was separate. He was only there for the certain people, man.
Yeah, I got one. And this is Ezra 10 and 11. Now therefore make confessions unto the Lord God of your fathers, and do his pleasure, and separate yourselves from the people of the land and from the strange wives. And that's basically what he has been telling us ever since Adam and Eve. For you to stay separate, don't go around these other nations and pick up their bad habits, because the one thing that separates us from all of these other people in the world is the fact that he gave us order, he gave us the law, and he wants us to follow that. He gave us strict instructions on how to live and not to go pick up no bad habits from all these heathens.
And see, even when you read in the scripture, they have a lot to do with what repentance. Repentance actually calls you to be holy, and so we're reading Romans the 12th chapter in verse 2, because it says, and I beseech you, I'm gonna read it start at verse 1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh that you present your body a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh. How do you be acceptable unto Yahweh? The first thing it says, holy, meaning to separate, okay? And it says, which is your reasonable service, okay? Which is your reasonable service, meaning that it's reasonable for if you're of the service of Yahweh when you separate yourself from the world, when you don't conform to this world, as the next precept says, and it says, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh, okay? And acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh is to separate and pattern your mind, transform your mind after Yahweh. You have to follow him, follow the steps that he did to become holy.
I got one to back you up too. This is Isaiah 45 and 4. It says, for Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel my elect, I have even called thee by thy name, have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. So that goes in the 2/3 at the end of the part. It said they're not knowing him. So it's very vital and important that you know your identity. You know you're a Hebrew Israelite. You got to know that you're Israel. Because therefore, once you know that, then you can separate and do your culture with the laws and commandments of the book. Once you do that, it makes you holy. You know, you're gonna look at the family, they're gonna be celebrating Easter, celebrating Christmas. You're gonna be doing Purim, you know, doing Passover, and that's a separation right there. We ain't got the same customs as Babylon the Great. We don't do things.
I got something to back you up since you said that. This is Jeremiah 10:1. It said, "Hear ye the words which the Lord spoken unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the ways of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them." But it said, learn not the ways of the heathen. That means to be separate. Don't follow them, man. And that this is going into like Christmas, because Jeremiah, hey, he was there in the Babylon, the real Babylon. He seen the real Christmas, how niggas was doing what they was doing. Hey, he said, learn not the ways of the heathen, man. You got it, huh?
God, and I like that too. It shows you when you don't do the ways of the heathen, it's a separation. Because Esau needs you to do what he does in order to feed his system. When you disengage from his system and do things differently, that hurts his revenue. Because Esau banks on your ignorance. You know, he banks on you to, you know, they use like what they call, I say like sorcery and mind control to curl the people where they want them to go. Their economy is based on that. Like I said, Christmas, Easter, all those holidays is a boost to his economy. So if Yasharallah, children of Israel, were to disengage from that, it will hurt Esau. That's what the Lord said, hey, that's one way to hurt Esau, to follow the ways of Yahweh Shah. Quit eating pork. That'll kill the whole pork industry. Like, it hit his dollar bill. And now I notice Jake ain't trying to get to where we at as far as following the laws and commandments, but Jake is now starting to disengage from Esau. Like when Esau put that move out there, he wants segregation back, Jake was like, hell yeah, bring it on. I want to be separate. You're not invited to the barbecue no more. I want our bathroom to be different from your bathroom. I don't want to be in the waiting room with you no more. You know, because Jake now realizes, even on the 2/3 level, we do better when we're not attached to them. Because we're smarter than them. We're stronger than them. Having them with us depletes us. Because Esau always should come in and, like, you build your blocks up, Esau knock your blocks down. You know, you can't, you poison everything. He's like a cancer. You know, once you kick him out, everything starts to heal, order comes back, you know, everything's starting to, you know, revitalize itself. And even the 2/3 is starting to realize that. So the 2/3 realize that Esau's power structure is done. He's all the way exposed. I noticed that one Edomite was looking crazy on the train when Eve was like, oh, I want segregation. He just couldn't believe it. Like, you don't want to be next to me no more? Now, like, Esau's starting to realize how much he's hated. We don't want to be around you no more. We don't like you. You know, you fuck up everything. This with your presence. So now we're like, hey, go ahead and get in your all-white neighborhood. That's good for us. You know, you had a point. Go ahead, huh?
Oh, yeah. I was just listening to you, dog. One of the things that Jake make a mistake on with this segregation is they want to be separate but equal. Now realizing that being equal shit, we got to get away from that too, because Esau, for one thing, is not equal to us. And another thing, they want to have to continue in the iniquity that Esau, you know, taught them. But we just want them to be around us while we doing it. But they just gonna get another version of the iniquity, like eating pork, you know, and doing any other things that goes against his word. Jake ain't about to get away from that. They ain't segregating themselves from the iniquity part of it. They just don't want Esau around. And it's gonna be Jake's that even though we segregate, we're gonna have to stay separate from them. And I have 2 Thessalonians 3:6. Now we command you, brethren, in the name of the Lord Yahushua, that we draw ourselves from every brother that walketh disorderly, and not after the traditions which he received of us. And even if we did have segregation, it's going to be people still amongst Jake that we're going to still have to segregate ourselves from them, because they're going to be trying to draw us down that wrong path.
Yeah, it's going to be like a segregation inside of a segregation.
Yeah.
Multiple divisions.
Like, yeah, we separated from Esau together, but we separated from your ass. The scripture say, hey, not all of Israel is Israel.
Yeah.
I'm about to bring that out. They say we separate from niggas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We don't want to do nigga stuff, so we even getting away from you. But I noticed, even with that separation though, because now the 2/3 gonna be stuck with, you know, they're gonna be stuck with, okay, dude, I got this group over here being holy. They tell me, Yahweh Shah, I got this group over here, that's Esau. So that's why Esau really don't want that separation, because somebody come out that 2/3 group like, I'm about to go over here, you know, I'm gonna put on my friends.
They're gonna learn
my
from
brothers.
them.
Yeah, I'm about to go ahead, go on over here. servants. Esau like, hold up, hey, don't get off the plantation. Don't do that. You gotta walk after me. So that show Esau done. They show they're gonna come out as military. They're gonna come out as church houses. You know, that's really bad for Esau. He can't lose no 2/3. All 2/3 is vital for Esau's, you know, his power structure. So if any little bit he's losing, because they don't want that either, because now you got to entertain two people. You got the hope elect over here, you know, on the right side, and you got Esau on the left. So now Jacob's got a decision on which to make, you know, and that's going to show that's bad for E, man. Before that, we was blinded. You know, they didn't pay attention to us. We don't give a damn about the prophets. Now they're showing the Lord's starting to, like I did a lesson on that, Lord's starting to get his fruit now. And how he did it, he had to make Esau bare. Now Esau butt naked. Nobody likes him. You know, Hamites don't like him. Moab don't like, none of the nations like Esau. So Esau about to go where he always supposed to go. The base man. This devil falling right now. Nobody likes you. You're not invited. You're not invited to Chinatown. You're not invited over there with Ishmael. You know, the Arabs.
And now you ain't even invited to the cookout. And Jake was always, especially E, yeah, you can come to the cookout. You made me laugh. Oh yeah, you seem like a good white man. You can come on, have a plate. But now you ain't even invited to that. Like, we're in the information age now, man. People are finding out and looking and like in harsh interrogation on Esau. They like, oh yeah. And then they looking into the history. They like, oh man, we been bamboozled, man. The fucking what is that? The fucking act with how in the 60s they did. What's the word for them? How they
turkey.
No. I'm talking about the act they did. That they came tried to make us all come together and shit.
Civil rights movement.
Yeah, the civil rights movement. They looking into that like, oh no, we been bamboozled. Nigga, they hit us with the 52 fake out. And Martin Luther King, hey man, that nigga, he segregate. He trying to desegregate us and what? And his last speech, he said, hey man, I walked y'all to a burning house, man.
He said I led my people to a burning house.
So people are finding out, hey, he didn't even live to see that next day. That nigga woke up and stretched on the balcony before he even brushed his teeth and got knocked off. Because Esau was like, damn man, shit, nigga, you trying to break it up.
Yeah, reverse course. We paid you to do this. And then he looked out and felt bad about what he did. You know?
Corrected.
Yeah, he wanted to go out corrected. Then he hollered about reparations. You know, that really hurt Esau.
The money? Oh,
Nah, they went call John Wick. I got a mission for you.
He said he integrated us into a burning house. So he was trying to desegregate right after he tried, he was trying to segregate us back after he fucking desegregated us, man. So he was somebody you really shouldn't listen to, because the Lord said someone who speaks double-minded person is unstable in all his ways. So hey, that's how, you know, people are looking into that thing. People are looking into the facts, and they realize, hey man, hey, we've been bamboozled all this time. Hey. Fuck Esau. Esau, hey, he's the problem. Just like that one dude went to court with that big ass folder and slammed it on the table like, we know what the problem is. Esau the problem. We gotta get rid of all the Edomites. And that's the truth.
Yeah, but didn't they kill him too?
Yeah. He missed it. We don't know. He ain't never showed up again. You know, we missed it.
Something happened to him.
Yeah. He ain't showed up. See, he should have came with the truth. He tried to come by himself. But he cracked me out, because I mean, that's the problem. And look like the point you making, occupancy on that. So the people wasn't going to listen to Martin Luther King no more. Who was the next person they're going to listen to? Malcolm X. And they knocked him off. Because Malcolm X, he left the Nation of Islam. You already know what the next step was. He going to go, I'm an Hebrew Israelite. They're like, you can't say that. Nah. So they knocked them off both. So they left Jake scattered.
Hey, you know,
Jake went been to pledge Christianity after that. They lost.
And another thing I wanted to mention too, they also killed Sam Cooke in that same time, because if you go back into the history, Sam Cooke was trying to bring Malcolm X and Martin Luther King together. So he was going to use his own money that he got from his own personal record label. And that little history, they killed him too, because he had the money to bring them together.
He beat the record label. We showed Jake how to get over on the record label. You know, he saw, I can't have that.
Yeah, he had his own record label. He was one of the first ones that had his own record label.
Got his money. I think Prince tried to follow his blueprint to see what happened to him. Michael Jackson tried to follow it and to see what happened to him. So I don't know why Jake wanted to go in the music industry. Like, they not gonna let you leave with that bag of cash they gave you.
And this to refer to prove that the precept in Deuteronomy 28:68 when he said, "No man shall buy you," basically saying that the man in the flesh in this world is not going to be able to save us out of this condition. This is another reason why we got to separate and call on Yahweh Shah, because he's the one that's going to deliver us from the enemy.
Matter of fact, looking at that too, that's why you shouldn't do business with Esau. Doing business with Esau blends you in with him. If you want to do a music business or regular, you need to have it all Jake. If you blend in with Esau and Esau looking at your books and know your plans, hey, he about to knock you out.
Hey, that's another reason. You got your business, even everything that you do financially, you got to separate from these damn.
He said we should have our own banks.
Right.
We should have our own schools. Like being separated was the best thing for us. And then here come Martin Luther King, as they call him.
Right.
He came in and, like Ox said, desegregated, mixed us in, and we went bad after that.
And that was the
Mama said we used to have better businesses back in her time. We had more stuff back then.
See, that was the time then when Martin Luther King and all them came up. That was actually the year when the 501c3 first got established. That was down the time of Sandy B. Johnson.
Oh yeah, okay. So they then the church blended in, so they got that type of money. So now your ministry is blending in with Esau. They say you gotta separate, man. You don't put your stuff in with Esau because he just gonna. I mean that defiles it. Because the Esau's defiled. And then if you're watching your books, you watching your dollar. If your dollar higher than Esau's dollar, it's a problem.
And see that, and that's why they go back to the history of the Tulsa race riot. That's how they was able to find out how much money our people had during that time, because our banks wasn't separated from them as well either. That's how when they was able to go and do a bank audit, that's how they knew how many millionaires was under there, how many, but there were some people that had like, they wasn't million, but they had like $500,000.
That's a lot of money back in the time.
Yeah, that was a lot of money in 21.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, man.
Hey, I got a point right quick. Hey, one of the things that Esau has the biggest problem with, Jake, is even if he can get us deceived and caught up in this deception for a while, in time, the compassion that the Most High put in us is going to bring us up out of it. As soon as Esau sees, oh shit, this nigga is starting to go to the right route, I done deceived him with all some bullshit, but I can see he correcting his path. Once he sees he lose control and your compassion take over and you start wanting to do good, it's time for this nigga to go. And that's his plan for, from Martin Luther King all the way up into all of the celebrities that he gets to deceive us into going in the wrong path. As soon as them niggas start talking, about doing things right, it's time for nigga to go. You gotta
that's why we shouldn't have had joined. That's why you should have read the scriptures yourself. They claim Martin Luther King was a damn pastor, but I ain't never heard him bring out not a damn precept, man.
I want.
So that's why you should read the scriptures and learn and come in that time you could have heard Ivan Bivens and shit. Right. So you could have came into the truth and you would have been like, hey, you shouldn't be separate. You shouldn't be joined with them in the first place, because the scriptures say this. This is Isaiah 13 and 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto him shall fall by the sword. And that's exactly what happened to Black Wall Street, because they were joined with his bank. They found out, shit, y'all trying to overtake us? Oh, y'all got more money than us? I'm gonna take that and stab you, and I'm gonna blow y'all up. That happened. Yeah, exactly. That's the sword. Exactly. That's the sword right there. Every time, once you joined in with Esau, he looking at your shit like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take that. He do that to his own people.
Yup.
So what you think he hates you?
Yup.
You got it out.
Yeah, and then Martin Luther King,
he
was joined with him. Malcolm X and Nation of Islam, that's joined to them. So you made a very good point.
It was Elijah.
Esau,
It was Elijah that had Malcolm X fucked up on Esau like that. Elijah was the one that was the plan.
Yeah.
He was just using.
Islam was funded by Esau.
Yeah, he was just using Malcolm X because he had the charisma. He was influenced. So he pushed him out there. But the person that had Malcolm fucked up was Elijah. Then Malcolm, he went over to Mecca and he seen what their version of Islam was compared to the shit that they teaching them in America, and was like, hold on. He came back and was looking at, Elijah, he was having babies and all that. He was doing all that scandalous preacher shit behind closed doors shit. Malcolm knew about that, and he was like, hold on. His compassion took over. We got to start doing it the right way. I see you scandalous. You know?
See, he was already locked in with Esau, though.
Yeah.
He was already locked in the Nation of Islam. Esau already, you know, he giving him feedback on him. He wasn't in the truth.
Yeah.
He was still locked in with Esau. So what happened? Like that ox, that precept kicked in. He got done in by the sword. Had he been in the truth, leading with Yahweh Shah, that shit probably wouldn't have worked. But it wasn't that time yet. So to say that precept,
I got to put precept that's going back in because he, like you said, when he was already locked in. Because this is what happened to all the individuals we talked about, you know, throughout history. So this is Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 15. And it says, yeah, truth felleth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And it says, the Lord Yahweh Shah saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. Okay, so even when Esau Edom took those individuals out, there was still no judgment. So there was nothing done to these damn devils. They were able to get away from it, and it displeased Yahweh Shah. But now that time is coming. Esau Edom was about to get that judgment. He's about to be judged for all the wicked that he's done throughout the whole earth, man.
Like the priest said, when they departed from evil, they're going to what Ak was talking about. Every time Jake said, you can't get in with Esau, you're doing iniquity, and all of a sudden you're like, hey man, I want to be righteous. Esau don't like that. Like, what? You about to do what? And that nigga go in there and make a phone call. But that movie better jump down from this nigga. This nigga talking about being righteous and doing good things for his people and stuff. Nigga, I don't like that. They don't think Esau gotta do wickedness to go to sleep at night. So righteousness is like acid to him. You say, hey man, I want to plant some crop and do good for the children. Esau like, what?
That make him
You want to what?
That make
him
sick.
Esau into molesting children, not take care of children. Like you wanna, and they gonna look at you like you stink. Like what? And that's when they gonna gather up, make a phone call, and if you ain't in the house of David, you ain't really a mess of Yahweh Shah, Esau gonna take you out. You're gonna be thrust with that sword. And that's to go to all them celebrities. They're all attached to Esau. That's why I don't like get mad. They got a bag. I'm like, man, you about to get messed up.
And
Did he?
For your point, this is Ecclesiasticus 13:1. He that toucheth pitch shall be defiled therewith, and he that fellowship with the proud shall be like unto him. And that goes into everything he said. Like at first, if you touch pitch, which is Esau, hey, you're gonna be defiled right along with him, man. This dude got a fucking hell of a judgment coming to his ass, and you over here touching and being buddy with him. Hey man, that's gonna go right to you too, cause you following right along after him. And the proud, he is known as the proud. And it says, and he that followeth the proud, he that fellowship with the proud man shall be like unto him. And we know what his end is going to be. That's why you see all these celebrities and shit going down, because they fellowship with the proud. Hey, they touch that pitch, and now they got to get what they deserve, man. They didn't trust in Yahweh Shah, man. They trusted in Esau, Edom, and hey, that's why you should be separated from them, man.
I got to put real quick. You got to preach that.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
This is Isaiah 52:11. Isaiah 52:11, and talking about like the pitch. Depart ye, go ye out from thence, touch no unclean thing. Go ye out of the midst of her, be ye clean, that bear the vessels of the Lord.
I like that. How do you clean? You got to clean yourself up with the living water, the scriptures. You know, you got to clean yourself up with the blood of Yahweh Shah. And you got to be saturated in this truth so that it keeps you holy. You know, keep your mind, your spirit right. Because once you be holy like that, you're not going to want to be around Edomites, man. But I know when I'm at the job, if Edomite talk to me for more than 10 minutes, I get extremely irritated. Like, okay, I got work to do. Get the hell away from me. You ain't talking about that no way. I don't like, especially among all time, I don't like being around Edomites at all. Like, their voice irritate me. Everything about them, they ways, they whole vibe and spirit is different. It's contrary to ours. And that being in the truth helps you be like that. So that's what we're trying to tell the 2/3 of Yasharallah is to separate and be holy and get away from them. See, the 2/3, what they do is they straddle the fence. Now, they might look at us, but then they also like, you know, Esau got everything. So they'll, you know, deal with Esau to get whatever benefits he got and all that. And they straddle the fence. Being the 2/3 gonna get you knocked off when Yahweh Shah shows up. Because he's not dealing with that lukewarmness. Either you're gonna be hot for me, you know, or you're gonna be cold dealing with Esau. I'm not saving no lukewarm Israelites. So Now every Jake is at a crossroads. You got a decision to make. You know, are you gonna stay with society, which means stay with Esau, or are you going to be with Yahweh Shah and be holy and suffer?
Come out of her, my people.
Exactly. There's gonna be some suffering. You ain't gonna be balling like that. You're gonna get just what you need. This enough. It ain't gonna be spectacular. It's gonna be a small group. It's not gonna be the masses. That's another thing. A lot of Jakes don't want to be holy because they used to being in a big group. I know it's a lot of Jakes are comfortable in a big old group. Like wherever the wherever the masses at, that's where I want to be at. That's a bad spirit to be in, because the masses is gonna die. You know, so you should be with the small group, the whole elect, the ones gonna get deliverance.
It's a remnant.
The remnant, you know. And I be looking at Jake's spirit, like the ones that like to be in the group. I'm like, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. Your spirit ain't right. You can't even be in a small group or be to yourself and be holy in order to get what you need, because you gotta separate. And I noticed that's something that a lot of Jakes just can't do. They like, I can't get away from, like, a lot of Jakes can't leave their gang. Like, I gotta stay with the gang. You know, I gotta be with that. They need that group, that camaraderie. Yeah, they gotta stay with the group, man. They like, man, I ain't gonna get no hood rats. I ain't gonna have no protection. You know, a lot of people look at like protection.
Exactly, because if they was a real man, they wouldn't need that. Because if they was to go by themselves, they'd get beat down or get knocked out. They know that they're weak in the inside. So they need that protection. They need that gang to feel like they something. Exactly.
And then that leads to being Esau. Because Esau, being in the gang is giving you an Edomite mentality. Because a gangster mentality, the same thing as Esau mentality. You know, unreliable Jake, sell drugs, do all kind of wickedness, you know, disorderly conduct, you know, with your old lady, your family, everything is just niggerized. That's what gangster mentality is. And that's something from Esau and Edom. And we try to tell Jake, you gotta come up out of that, man. Like I said, come up out of that. And there's layers to it. You come up out of that, you gotta come up out of the keeping the customs of this place. You gotta come all the way to the Lord.
Mine got to change.
Yeah.
You can't think of what the scripture says that put off the old man and put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge. That's what you got to put on. Now, one of my favorite precepts is Psalms 119:9, because it said, wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his ways? And he said, by taking heed thereto according to thy words. Now, your mind got to be fixated on the words of Yahweh outside. That's the only way you're going to come up out of that. But if you still in the world, then you're going to be caught up every single time. As a matter of fact, if you of the world, you're going to become an enemy to Yahweh outside. That's the precept that I have pulled up. This is James chapter 4 and verse 4. And it says, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Yahweh outside. See, if you're a friend of this world, you're an enemy to the Lord. All right? So you got to understand that. When you conform yourself to this world, you become an enemy. And that goes back to what the Oculus said. We at a crossroads. You got to pick and choose. If you're going to be of Yahweh outside, or you're going to be the world. And if you are the world, guess what? You're an enemy. Get away from me. You know? And it says, whosoever therefore be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahweh outside. So you're an enemy once you still want to stay occupied in this world. You know, you got all this stuff that, you know, try to get on the Hebrew Israelites and so on. Man, hey, just say that you want to be in the world. Don't just talk shit about us. We trying to get right. You know.
We're just trying to be separate.
Yeah.
We're separate.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we want to do. We just want to be separate. We trying to fish for the hope we lack. That way we can help them get out of the world. But if you want to keep on golfing and saying the Hebrew is like this and the Hebrew is in the Bible contradicts itself, hey, just stay over there, man. Just say that you want to be in the world.
That's the weeds talking.
Yeah.
That's the weeds trying to choke you out from getting this living water, because they know they condemned. So they like, okay, I can't. That's that crabs in a bucket mentality. And since I can't make it, you need to stop.
Right.
When your spirit built up, you like, shit, I don't give a damn. You can scoff all you want to, hoot and holler. I'm about to get on the chariot, Lord willing. Hey. That's your ass.
Hey,
you
you
know,
can't
we'll
say
see
you
in
ain't
the
getting
end.
warned either. Cause we did our part. You know. James 4 and 4.
Okay, I got one to back you up. This is 1 John 2 and 15. It says, do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the desires of the flesh and the desires of the eye and pride of life is not from the Father, but from the world. And the world is passing away along with the desires, But it says, but whosoever does the will of Yahweh abides forever, and that's in the ESV.
Hey, whoever does the will of the Father abides forever. So we looking at forever. We're not looking at this temporal world. That's why we don't give a damn about it. You know, it's about to pass over. So why care about anything in it? So we don't put our treasures up in heaven. And we're looking at forever, man. The Lord about to give us forever to enjoy the world, or I should say the earth, you know, everything that's in it. So we looking past it. That's why I was scoffing, man. It sounds like Charlie Brown teaching to me. You just womp, womp, womp. That's a dead body. What the hell am I listening to a zombie for? You dead. I'm over here. I got a chance at life. I got outside. Yeah, like so I don't give a damn about you working. Your dumb self. You dead. And they ain't mad where it is. They gonna increase golf because they're angry because everything they put their heart into desire is passing away. Every time I look at my news feed, it's some bad news from Babylon the Great. Military failing, economy is failing, Donald Trump is being exposed and exposing them. Elon Musk is exposing them. Like they just getting L after L after L. And then we over here getting win after win after win. So now it's like, now they mad. Now they mad at us. I know why they angry. You know, the scoffers are scoffing. Because you losing. Your master is losing. So we like, hey, and then I look at them like they're an extra special type of stupid. Because you're an Israelite. You got the opportunity to get on the winning boat. You over there sinking. I done threw out the little, what's that little circle line? I done threw out the lifeline. Yeah. And they over there, no, I want that thing. Look, my Titanic is this. And they talking all of a sudden, they just going down. You know, I'm like, dumbass. Yeah, we over here, we on the, hey, the big, what's that, like the cruise ships? Man, the Lord got the cruise ships.
Grab the donut, nigga.
Yeah, we tell them, grab the donut, man. It's right there. They over here arguing, don't want that donut, nigga. Ain't got no donut, nigga, the Titanic. And I'm just looking like, man, that nigga dumb as hell. We over here eating good.
Hey, he got a shark swimming right next to him, right now. Look at it, look at it.
Yeah,
you ain't scared of that shark. You better come up here, but you scared.
So I see a scope, I look at him like a dumbass, a special type of dumbass. Like, you got the opportunity to win, but you want to stay losing. So at that point, it's like, you dumb as hell, you know? So we over here, we're going to keep counting up, hey, this bag that the Most High done gave us, these scriptures, we're going to keep breaking this bread, keep winning, while you over here losing. And I told you to get over on the winter side. All you got to do is take a step like the house. Yeah. That's why it's called the house of David. It's storming outside, raining. He outside talking noise. We in the house comfortable, watching Netflix, popping popcorn. He outside wet, getting toe up, and then you up here talking noise to me like I'm dumb. So I just shut the blinds. But the Lord told us dust our feet off, man. Just shut the door. Like, I had the door open for you. You know, the Lord, like, we in here, we good, and they want us go. You know, but you gotta know you're an Israelite. They don't even know it's their house. Because they're dead defiled, man. Esau done taught them they're a Gentile. And like Jake's though beat down, they don't feel like they're royalty. They feel like the best they can be is a slave. Like, the best I can do is fit and be Esau's friend. That's the best I got. That's the highest they level goes. And when I'm telling him, like, you over this devil. Like, he gonna be the slave. You know? Maybe you put your royalty back on, but I notice only a few Jakes can do that. Most Jakes can't do that. They just like, nah, man. Best we can get is some scraps. You better be thankful for your scraps. Quit rocking the boat.
Yeah, that's because they joined with Esau. Esau was darkness, man, and they can't see the light.
I want the whole intro.
Yeah,
I got a precept of quick.
Jakes like that.
Esau
that crunch.
This is Ephesians 5 and 11. It says, take no parts in the unfruitful works of darkness. Man, that goes into everything Esau Edom is doing. And it says, but instead expose them, man. And that's exactly what we're doing. And I like that in the ESV. It said, take no parts in the unfruitful works. That's telling you to, hey, segregate yourself, be holy, be separate, move away, man. You see Esau, Edom, and his kingdom doing all this wickedness over here. Hey, man, take no parts in that, but like expose them, like try to like shed the light on them, man. Try to bring people into this thing through the Spirit. And that's exactly what we're doing here on the highways and hedges and with these video epistles, man. We're telling you to come to this side, man.
Exactly.
Hey, knock on the door. And the Lord will open and walk on in, man. Get out of that rain.
Because you got the ticket.
Exactly.
Go get that sucker punch.
If
you're an Israelite, you got a ticket.
Get out of that darkness, man. Light the candle, man. It's a light unto your feet, man. Come on in, like the scripture said.
Because you invited. That's what I'm trying to tell Jake. You're invited. You're an Israelite. But they like, nah, they don't know they got the winning ticket, man. So I'm bringing this out right here.
I don't think I'm an Israelite. Nigga, I hear a lot of
I'm black.
Nigga, like, what, nigga?
I'm African American.
Yeah, that Charleston White, what he
And
said.
they go, I'm an African. Pan-Africanism. Put they dashiki on looking like a Hamite.
Nigga, you royalty. Nigga, no, I ain't. Nigga.
I'm an ashy feet. Like, God damn, dude.
They told me I was cursed, nigga. My black skin, nigga.
Yeah, I got one right here. This is Deuteronomy 32:9. But the Lord's portion is his people.
Yeah.
Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. So we are a part of inheritance, man. We have inheritance. But part of that is knowing your ID. You gotta know your Hebrew Israelite. And once you know your Hebrew Israelite, guess what? You gotta separate from the pack of hyenas, man.
Yup.
Like I said, you gotta go in the house. You gotta go in the house you belong to. You gotta go where you belong to, your real spiritual family. You gotta separate from them, man. Because he said the Lord's portion is his people. And that's a cut. Because a lot of people like, oh, ain't no chosen people. Y'all not the chosen people. You know, but hey, that right there, they do remember 32 and 9 is a straight cut, man. This ain't for everybody. And I hit any pork chop eating pastor with that. He said for the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob, whose name changed into Israel, Israelites, is the lot of his inheritance, not everybody. Go ahead, Doc.
And this is Matthew 22, 11 through 13. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not a wedding garment. And he said unto him, Friend, how comest thou in hither not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. Then said the king to the servant, Bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And a lot of these jakes that we're talking about, these 2/3, they just was not, you know, they're Israelites, but they're not meant for the wedding. They never got the wedding garment, which is the spirit, you know, and they just not in the clique like that. And when the Most High comes, well, when Yahushua comes, and he see that you ain't dressed, you know, you still got on your Nike Tech trying to be a nigga with the Fushiesty. You ain't dressed for the wedding, you know.
You mark for destruction. You
Yeah.
gotta get knocked off real quick. You ain't bringing you unclean.
Yeah.
You ain't cleaned yourself up with these living waters, man. So they gonna put an unclean thing in a clean thing. So you're marked for destruction. You got to come back to the loins of an Israelite man to where you be clean.
This is 2 Corinthians 6 and 14.
Good, huh?
It says, Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. That lets you know, hey, we supposed to be separate. But Christianity tell you, hey man, everybody come together when Jesus comes. We're gonna hold hands and cotton candy is gonna be passed around, and we're gonna have hot chocolate. We gotta be separate in this thing. It said, Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion has light with darkness, and what concord has Yahushua would be Belial, and what part has he that believeth with an infidel, man? So we're supposed to get away from these people. And Esau is an infidel, man. Hey, we kings and priests over here, and you want to be joint with this nigga, man. Hey, that's unequally yoked, man. And what the scripture say in Ecclesiasticus, I think it is. It says, hey, they set him not next to you because he gonna seek to take your seat. You a king and this nigga's an infidel. He gonna be like, okay, oh yeah, and I'm about to take that spot, and that's exactly what he did. That's why he up for us now.
If I push out, read down to verse 17 in that chapter as well too.
Verse 17 says, Wherefore come out from amongst them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
Big right there.
Man, see that goes back into that precept with the wedding garden, that parable. But he said when the king came to him, he said, how come you didn't come in with your wedding garden? And then he said he sent them to the furnace. He sent them to destruction. And that means the Lord rejected them. Right? And so when you read that precept, he said, come out from among them. And then he said, I will receive you. All you had to do was come out from among them. All you had to do was come in with your wedding garden. Your wedding garment, but you didn't do that, and so therefore the Lord rejects you in that situation, man.
I'm gonna read the next verse. I just like this part. It's a good finisher. It said, "And I will be a father unto you, And ye shall be a son and daughter, saith the Lord Almighty. So why would you want to take your rightful place and be a son or a daughter of the Most High? Whenever the name Yasharallah literally means Prince of Power, man, you're gonna have power. You're a prince on earth. That means that you're above everything, all nations. The Lord said He'll give you the nations for an inheritance, man. So why wouldn't you want that, man?
Lord.
Yeah, I got one to back him up right quick. I'll read this one. This is Ecclesiastes 10, 6 and 7. It said, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. Because I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. To go back to what Kadar was just saying, you know, we're the princes, you know, but in this world that the Most High gave over to the wicked, we're walking, and it says that the servants, which is Esau, he's in the place of power on the horse, and most Jakes don't realize that our mission is to reverse that. They just accept the fact that, okay, as long as I'm in the picture with Esau, you know, I'll be walking, and they satisfied with that. They don't want to really see themselves on the horse in rulership. You know, they content with just walking.
They don't have a royal mindset, royal mentality. I know all the old black have a royal mentality, because that's who we are. Like I can break down that precept, man. We're a royal people. And hopefully they gonna all have that mentality to get back to that. The 2/3 they not. They what the scripture say, they homeborn slaves. And they cool and content with that. So, and that's the separation. See what's gonna climax the separation, Yasharallah, Akia, what's gonna climax the separation gonna be that MOTB, the mark of the beast. That's gonna make it very visible. Because then you can't say, oh yeah, I'm part of the whole collective, you got that device in your hand, or you got that neural link hanging out your head. You cannot say you a part of this no more. You know, you already took the mark of the beast. That's gonna make it complete, that stamp. That's when the Lord really gonna sort and file everything. It depends on that mark of the beast, you know. His ain't gonna have that. The 2/3, or everyone that belong to Esau gonna have that. And I had a dream about that too, man. It was Donald Trump, man. It was like I had a dream. I was having a one-on-one conversation with Donald Trump, wicked butt. And he talking about enacting that mark of the beast. And he was standing in great pride. So he was like talking noise to me. He was like, all y'all gonna have that mark of the beast. You know, all of them about to get it. We're gonna do it at this date. And man, it was crazy, man. It's like he announced it. And I could have seen people going in to go get it. And majority of people was going to get that thing, man. And that's what, like, now the Lord gonna see who's separate and who's not. When you don't have that MOTB, that means you're separate from the system. And that's Esau gonna kick you out. You're not gonna be able to buy or sell if you ain't got it. You ain't gonna be able to be in his system. Right now, he's jealous of us. You know, the hopeful elect. Because right now, we're in Esau's system, and we talking smack to this devil. In his system. So the MOTB is the outcast, people that don't belong to him. And now he's about to see, like Esau now, that's why he did that segregation thing. You put that out there to see, you know, where Jake is at. You want to see who belong to me and who don't. Who going to be up under my rulership, who not. And how I'm going to do it, I'm going to issue out a device that going to go in your body. I'm going to tag you like cattle to show you belong to me. And the separation going to be the ones that ain't got it.
Hey, the dream he said he had with Trump, Carl Schwab actually came out and said that like a year or so ago, that by 2027, everybody gonna be chipped. I think it was either 27 or 30. He said that, yeah, everybody gonna be chipped. I think he said it was 27, and that's when he said that by 2030 you gonna just go along with the program and be happy.
Yeah, Lord willing, they gotta speed it up. I think he might go in before then, cause man, with Trump and Elon Musk, man, they blowing the top off of it, man. They been so exposed. I've never seen nothing like this before in my life, man.
When they do the draft, when they do the draft, they gonna have to implement the MOTB, because that's gonna be their new dog tag system. Yeah. So
when they might do that real soon. I heard they trying to go at Iran.
Yeah, that's gonna be the new dog tag, the MOTB.
Hopefully that kicks in real soon. Forget that 2027 to 2030.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, I'm ready to get it going popping right now. Like,
yeah, that shit warp speed.
Yeah, you already exposed, homie. You got Keisha don't want to be a part of you no more. That's very, very bad.
That's why they making everybody get that real ID. That's gonna be the first step to getting the draft started. Is make everybody switch over to that new ID, and then that's gonna be basically everybody that's within the age range, that's going to be them basically signing up for the selective service. It's going. That's why they pushing that.
Yeah, I hope it all speed up too. Real quick. I'm gonna bring this out right here. And look, why in the meantime, why these Jakes got, liberty, time to get in, because we getting to that point, they better come on in and they better come in at lightning speed, because they really way behind. Because it takes a minute to get this gospel. This ain't nothing you're gonna get in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You can't wait till the last minute. You saw like MOTB, and I was, oh man, break it down for me. I can't give you everything.
That's what they gotta realize, man. I like how you said that, man, because it takes a while for you to be, because it makes perfect sense. Like it takes a while for you to learn a new subject. It really does. Like, that's why in the school system they break down the subject in a certain amount of time. That's how this word is. You can't just shove it in and expect somebody to get it. That's why you have to come in as a newborn baby first and foremost. That's the first step to even get into it.
And think about it, it's like you plant a seed. Like when you plant an apple seed, that mug ain't gonna turn overnight and grow you some apples. It's gonna take time. You gotta keep putting water on it.
Yeah.
You gotta wait that time.
Hey,
so
that's the spirit, man. He that believeth on me, as the scripture that said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. That's that water right there. This word is compared to water.
And it take a minute to grow for it to bear fruit. It ain't gonna be okay, I'm gonna wait till the last minute and then I'm gonna try to call and get the truth. Nah, man, it's too late in the game.
It's like trying to shove a steak down a baby mouth. He gonna choke.
Yeah.
He needs more milk than bread in the meat.
A baby don't just come out and eat the steak. Right. They don't. So it takes time.
Baby ain't got teeth. Why you trying to feed them meat already?
So I'm gonna bring this out right here because it's kind of gonna walk it down. This is Deuteronomy 32:7. It says, "Remember the days of the old and consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee." So that's why we go after the apostles and elders of great millstone. All praises to those men. That's why we give them double honors for teaching us the truth. Because that was right there in the scripture. And then here go verse 8. Here go the point. It says, "When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel." Another cut to all the pork chop eating pastors, man. He said the number according to the children of Israel, not to the whole world, not to everybody. The children of Israel, Israelites, we're the only ones gonna get that inheritance. He made a division of that. That's why we be holy and separate. See, the other nation, they get all jealous and get mad. That's what it is. It's jealousy. They're like, why the Most High choose these people? This old nappy-headed nigga. You mean tell me he is royalty? Nah, man, that can't be, man. I got this and that. Esau, he'll come put that sword to you to get your spot. He's the bloody man.
That's why he is known as the fugitive and the vagabond. That's why he did what he did throughout the whole earth. He basically still killed and destroyed. He pillaged all the people's land, and what did he do? He took the names of those people. He didn't take his name. He took the names of those people and he called himself out with his own name.
That's why when Isaac passed, the first thing Esau said is, "Man, after I get through mourning, I'm about to slay my brother Jacob, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm about to take that back, nigga."
The blessing.
Yeah.
He was mad about the blessing. He got a blessing, but he knew our blessing was better than his. Because ours supersedes his. Because ours is the key to heaven. Yeah. His is temporary. He got blessed with that sword of military power. And now that's waning. Yeah, that's waning right now. So now it's Jacob's turn. And guess what? Esau going to do the same thing. The same spirit. They're going to be like, the Trump don't do that. Hey, we just going to get in the car. We're going to unalive. We're going to nigger hunt. Woohoo! That's what they're going to do. And we try to tell the 2/3, Jake's like, you better get ready. Esau gonna come down with great wrath when he see that he done lost. And we're in that phase, what they call it, the fuck around to find out moment. Esau about to find out he done lost. And when he find out he done lost, hey, I still got my AR-15. I'm about to go down and lay it into little JJ, little 4-7, little, whatever he think he is. War coming. War is coming, because Esau done lost. We trying to tell Eve that. Trying to tell Yahshua that, man, get into the Lord, because Esau about to come down with great wrath, man. He gonna come with Reaper drones, robotic military, everything this devil got, he gonna throw it at Yahshua in order to offset that blessing he's about to receive.
Real quick, this is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12, and it said, "Therefore rejoice, ye heaven, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." And it goes straight to the point. I'm gonna jump down to verse 17. And it said, "And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandment of Yahweh and having the testimony of Yahweh Hamashiach.
See? And I want to bring that part up. See, now all this stuff is coming into play. So if you somewhere in the sticks, kicking it with Johnny Boondocks, you know what I'm saying, about a bunch of Edomites, they over here looking at Trump this, Trump that, and you in the midst of, they might just say, hey man, we're gonna lynch your friend to jump it off. And you know he ain't gonna go against his people. When that happens, your butt is gonna get lynched in a tree. And we not gonna wash the streets for your dumb butt. Because you shouldn't have been like them two children you showed in yours that got unalive in that sundown town.
Yeah,
why are you in a sundown town at this time? So I didn't have no sympathy for that. Because I'm like, Jake should know better.
Like that one dude, he was in the woods with all them Edomites.
God, they about to lynch him.
You talking about that city councilman?
Yeah,
man.
And they was about to give it to his ass, man.
On the lake.
The only reason was saving was the camera was on.
Right.
If it wasn't for that, he got lynched because his homeboy wasn't going to save him. He was scared. You know, he's setting back. They was over there beating him up. And like I said, one for that camera, he would have got lynched. My thing, you should not be going to the, he was dealing with what? Dealing with an Edomite.
A lot of them. Redneck, bald-headed, fucking tattoos, fucking
no shirt on,
flannel shirts with the sleeves cut off, nigga, shit, PBR in hand, nigga, like them Edomites.
Got the Budweiser in his hand, drinking his Bud.
Nah, that's worse. They got the PBR, nigga. They got they got that, nigga. They like, those ones, they say America without the America, nigga, that one, nigga.
America without the
The Constitution.
They don't say the A on it, they say America.
Confederate flag waving motherfuckers, man.
I got a precept here. This is Revelations 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, have remembered her iniquities.
They're about to get walked down by Yahweh Shai. That's why when that precept you read, their time is short. So they know that. So the Lord told us to come up out of her, which means quit doing the ways of Esau, Edom, in America, Babylon the Great. Get back holy under the scriptures, man. The Lord said, I'll receive you, I'll protect you, man. That's what protection is. So we're giving Jake the winning ticket. This is what you need to do to be saved. Forget all that other stuff, you know, everybody be talking about, you know, all these other philosophies, all that. Man, all that stuff getting, hey, go to the wayside, man.
I want to bag you up. This is Romans 12:2. It says, and be not conformed to the world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. Man, it says, be not conformed to this world, man. That means be separated. Come out of this place, man. And it says, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, man. And that comes through these scriptures, man. That comes by listening and learning, man, and understanding. You got it, huh?
So like I said right there, you got to renew your mind. And it goes in like, you got to cast off all the stuff that's in the world, man. Because all the stuff's falling by the wayside, man. Nation of Islam died. I look at Louis Farrakhan, he always talking about Hebrew Israelite stuff. Like, where your Islam stuff at? It's out of gas. It's done. Pan-Africanism, man, that's out of gas. That's done, man. Dr. Umar Johnson looking horrible right now. Everybody like, man, shut the hell up, man. You a fraud, you know? So Pan-Africanism is done. Nation of Islam is done. What other philosophy they got? You better not be in no witchcraft, wicked. You already cooked and done.
Saw Netta trying to get on the Israelite bandwagon.
I know he is. We got the Jews. This is the only thing that will stand the test of time. Because Esau is showing that he is the devil of the Bible. Like everything, all these promises coming to pass. Everything else is out of gas. So now we got the winning tickets. Now Jake faced with that decision, that hard way. Are you gonna give it to the Lord, or are you gonna stay in the world? If you're in the world, you're gonna be destroyed.
Real quick, and I wanted to read that definition of conform that when I read in Romans 12:2. Because it said in the Google definition, because it said be not conformed. So conform means comply with rules, standards, or law. And another definition says of a person behave according to socially acceptable convictions or standards. You see, that goes back into the world. Because I actually broke down all the things of the world. You got, you know, witchcraft, Nation of Islam, all of those things. And that when you, how about you Yahweh said be not conformed to those things that's of the world.
Gangsterism, black culture, black going to death. I'm trying to tell Jake, get out there ratchet stuff, man. That stuff get you, man, go get you unalive. Plus, it's not even profitable no more. Esau starting to get away from that. You know what I'm saying? They already cooking up their own drugs. Everybody got their own little chemistry lab. That stuff about over with. They said now I'm looking at Jake. I don't know what they getting into now. Now Jake's starting to go from gangster stuff into momo activity. You know what I'm saying? You look at the music, that's where they're going. I'm like, that's straight destruction right there, man. You're gonna destroy yourself there. So like, the Lord is like forcing Jake to get out of this old stuff. Like, you either get with the Lord or hey, you just get destroyed, man. There is nothing else. All the other little stuff that they had, the other religions, all that stuff, the Lord is blowing that out the water, man. All that stuff is done with. Only thing left on the table that's still standing the test of time is just truth. These scriptures. This is still standing the test of the time. This is still holding up truth. And really, it's gaining traction. Because we getting stronger over here. You know, that's why Jake all of a sudden now, like you said, Louis Farrakhan, talking Hebrew Israelite stuff, because this is where the strength is at. The Lord said, I am the strength. So now the Lord's starting to get that fruit. Like, it's in your face now. Like, whoop, there it is. So now, what you gonna do? You gonna stay outside the house, you gonna come in the house.
So I said, there's no other power besides me.
And he's showing that. All that other stuff is done with, man. That Martin King stuff, done with. That all kumbaya, we gonna all come together, we all breathe red blood. No, the Lord's showing separation. And he did it by showing Esau to say it first. Esau put it out there. Oh, I want to bring back Jim Crow segregation. He thought Jake was going to be like, he thought as a group we was going to be like, oh, no, I want to be with you. What I'm going to do? What I'm going to do without you, white man? And then he looked on the TikTok and the YouTube and said, you know, Eve and all most Jakes are like, shit, don't threaten me with a good time. Hell yeah, we want to be segregated. That's a good thing, man. I give a good food. I ain't going to worry about seeing your little mayonnaise, pale looking ass at the barbecue no more. Because at my barbecue, especially my daddy's side, they all bring a bunch of Edomite men. And everybody know how I am, so you can just feel the tension. Matter of fact, you been at one of mine on my mama's side. And they brought an Edomite man to the cookout. He fucked the whole groove up. That one Edomite messed the whole groove up, man. So I would love for segregation to come back like that. And then like once Jake showed that, Esau said, oh no, we ain't gonna do that. Never mind. That's thrown out. So that just showed him like Esau play games. He threw it out there, gauge your reaction. He didn't get what he wanted. Now he like, nah, come on back to the plantation. But I think damage been done.
Back
I think he like, nah, we want to be separate. So I think a couple people gonna start listening to us because of that move. And they're gonna say all that. Cause they say people at my job had to entertain that. Like, I can't believe they did that. You know, the coon samples of my job. They was in disarray. They was all like, I can't believe he said that. I had to show something. I had looked it up. Like, this is what Trump said. Segregation, homie. But okay, why would they? I'm like, yeah, now look at you. You gotta make a decision, homie. They don't like your punk ass. I told you that. You know? Now Jake's starting to see it, and I noticed that a lot of them ain't doing too good with that. Especially ones that believe that Esau was good. Now they get hit. Now they gotta make that decision. And that's gonna be hard for a lot of people. For the hopefully elect, it's easy. I already lived like that. That's why I said when they popped out, said good. Now these coons and sandboys gonna see how the devil feel about them, you know. And it's still stuff we gotta deal with. Still, a process gonna play out. And if they not in this truth, they gonna get messed up, man. Cause Esau gonna do them in. Esau gonna pull out that dirty Harry, that little that 4-4 Magnum. You know what I'm saying? They think Esau cool. There's one bag of chips left. You know what I'm saying? The famine kicked in. Esau gonna wow. I gotta survive. Esau's about survival mode. Carnality. He ain't spiritual, ain't nothing spiritual about Esau. If it is, he's on satanic stuff. He gonna have your butt in a goddamn circle with a pentagram, holler some shit you heard on Chucky.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
You know what I'm saying?
Calling to the divine being.
Your butt gonna get sacrificed to Molech or some shit. You know what I'm saying? If Esau ain't any of that, that's why it's time to totally separate from Edomites and get away from a man, woman, and child. You know, the Edomite women, they crying. Don't get away from us. We like y'all. The Edomite women crying. They don't want to be separate. They know they men ain't shit.
It was an Edomite lady that was like, yeah, I think nothing but black people so my babies can live on.
God, I put that in the group chat. She said, yeah, that was big. I could have said that.
And that actually going back into those times, because, you know, when we was having those Tulsa race riots, the Edomite woman would come into our establishment. They wasn't staying in their neighborhood. They was coming to our establishment. That's why the Jake men back in the day, that's how they were dealing with the Edomite women then. They came to their side of the town, and they were dealing with the Edomite woman.
Because they want us.
Yeah.
They desire us,
Yeah.
like they doing now. It's really kicking a overdrive right now. But see, that's nothing. I keep separate, man. I don't trust Edomite women. I don't trust them. You might hit them with that rod. He raped me.
Yeah,
You know, he ravaged me.
You need a consent form, Mark.
Yeah, I just don't deal with him. I be looking like shit. You are the female counterpart of the devil.
Yep.
So keep your ass on that side of the fence, man. It's some, sisters got their act together that I can deal with. I don't trust Edomite women. You know, I ain't telling brothers what to do with women, but myself, I don't trust Edomite women. They too conniving and sneaky, like you a female snake. The hell, if I get bit, man, who fault is that?
It's our history out here, man. We know what happened there in Tulsa Race Wives.
Yeah.
It was the same Edomite woman that sparked the whole thing.
Oh, yeah,
That started that whole race.
Yeah, because they always lie.
Yeah.
Because when they get caught, they don't want to get embarrassed for their family. And they'll just say, oh, he took you. And Esau, if you go to Esau court system, they going to believe her. So why put yourself in that situation? I say just leave them alone. That way you ain't got to even deal with that. Box is trash anyway.
And that make me think of that movie, The Rosewood. If you thought about that,
Same
that
thing.
woman, and she wasn't even dealing with a Jake man. She was sleeping with another Edomite man. She was committing adultery against her husband. And she came out and she said it was a nigga.
You get that simple.
Yeah.
There's an Edomite woman at my job that got a Jake fired and getting people clipped up. She keeps saying that the essay allegation. That's why I don't deal with it, man.
Yeah.
That's what I say be separate, mean, hey, leave the man and the woman alone. Don't have your children playing with their children out. Segregation means separate. I don't want nothing you dealing with nothing, Esau. Nowhere near around you. Now we done integrated us with that institutions and stuff. But I'm saying, hey, just deal with that and then let that be that. When you go in the store, give me what I need. After that, I'm done with you, man. I don't want to eat with you. I don't want to chill with you. I don't want to hear none of your ideas. They all wicked. I don't want nothing you got to offer, Esau. Stay over there. And then, like, even the 2/3 nigga Jakes. I don't like dealing with niggas either. Because I don't like to hear nigga stuff no more. I grew up hearing nigga stuff. I don't want to hear it no more. Now it's offensive to me. I'm like, hold up, we getting into up in age, you still hollering, you want to do some nigga stuff? And do this and hit that, it's folly to me now. That's how them drunk uncles want to put me on game. I don't want to hear that no more. So even the 2/3, you separate from them too. It's a big separation. Esau and the 2/3 you separated from. If you want to chill with me and like be around me a whole lot, man, we got to be talking about Yahweh Shah. I want to hear about scriptures. I want to hear about prophecy. That's the type of stuff I'm on to. You know, that's the type of stuff where I'm vibing on.
And that's how you stay locked in.
Exactly. So if you come with anything else, man, I don't want to hear that, man. Plus, that stuff is for the birds. What they gonna say that's for the birds? It's for the birds, man. It means nothing. It's gonna mean nothing in a minute. That knowledge means nothing. That knowledge is of the world. If you're not talking about knowledge of the scriptures, I really don't want to hear it, man. You really ain't got no wisdom. This is where wisdom come from. It come from Yahweh Shah. Everything else is really folly. And it's showing that. Look at all Esau's wisdom. His economy is trash. His military is trash. Everything Esau thought he was smart with is all trash. Because really he came up off the stealing and killing. He's not a good businessman like Ox said earlier. Ain't nothing good about Esau. He ain't slicker than a can of oil. All the deceit is coming down. He ain't got no wisdom. Everything Esau got was based off of us. So we might as well just deal with us. They don't need to talk to you folks. You watered down.
Just like in Egypt. Shit, Joseph, he was the one who brought up Egypt.
Exactly.
And we in Egypt today. This is the scriptures call this the spiritual Egypt, man.
God.
Real quick, this is gonna back you up right here. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 19. And it said, for the wisdom of this world. Right? And notice how I can broke down all of those things of, he don't want to hear the niggas shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of those things, because it's foolish. It's for naught. Alright? And even Yahweh Shah said it in the scripture, right? 1 Corinthians 3 and 19 again from the top, it says, for the wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yahweh Shah. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. And Yahweh Shah is so cold that he will take the wisdom of this world and he'll use it against you. That's happening with Esau. You know how we say he that takes up a stone and then grind a mill and then try to roll it back against him, look crazy. Hey, and that's why it's better to get in the house of David worshiping Yahweh Shah, because he's the most powerful being in existence.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. They said everything Esau did, put drugs in our neighborhood, that's backfiring. Now they smoking meth. He made nuclear missiles, destroy his stuff. You don't know, they're gonna bomb all his stuff up. Everything, feminism is hurting his people more than it's hurting our people now. And now we coming up out of that. Esau getting paid. Esau taking, like you told me, taking they wives' last names. Like it's destroying them all the way. And they finished, man. They ain't got no knowledge. Everything they got, they stole from other cultures and pieced it all together. That's why Babylon is confusion. It's a melting pot. It's a bunch of stuff all mixed together.
And that goes back to when Yahweh Shah said he's the border of all wickedness. That's it. That's all he knows is wickedness. He don't pass that border. He can't pass over into righteousness because that's what he is. He is the wicked. That's exactly what he is. There's no way for Esau Edom to be right. And that should tell you right there when you got when you got Christian pastors, those individuals that think that Esau can be saved, you better separate from that.
That's why the scripture said he made a vessel of honor and a vessel of dishonor.
That's it. Yep.
He also said, who can change how can a leper change? A leper can't change his spot.
Right.
Esau, he's the wicked. He can't change. He cannot be saved. He will not do good. He's always going to show you he's the fucking wicked.
The devil in the flesh. And now it's showing at a high level. Now you can't say, oh, nah, remember they start telling, oh, you just full of hate, you just lying, and this, and that. Now it's being on Front Street. It's visible now.
Can an Ethiopian change his skin or a leper his spots? I think is what it's
That's what it say. Yeah, that's what it say. And they can't. So that shows that Esau not going to change. The ox split. So the best thing to do is to separate from him. Get away from Esau, man. Don't deal with him. For what? We're trying to tell little 2/3 Jakes to get away from him, but they attached to they slave master, so that's them. Don't separate from your butt too. I done told you. I know it's young. I got young people in my family that can deal with Edomites. I'm like, you shouldn't do that one. But hey, they gonna have to find out the hard way.
Leave that alone.
Like I told a lot of people already, so that's all I say now. You shouldn't do that. I don't even break it down. I'm like, you sure you want to do that? I'm like, okay, shit, it's on you. Shit, like I told you already.
Some actions you can't say I never told you.
Yeah, don't think I'm about to get out there and get my thing and get some revenge. Nah, you was warned.
I don't break it down. I was like, don't do it. Nigga, this is why you want to. Nah, I was like, shit, all right, you sure? All right. Bump your head, nigga, shit, that's you.
Yeah, up there, poured over with that snake, man. Y'all good?
Okay, thank you.
We're not blocking
Thank you.
Yeah, poured over with that snake, man. So, you good? Yeah, y'all go through. We ain't blocking
Thank
that.
you, sorry.
So, yeah, you poured over with that snake and cut her. Because they say, I got a lot of family members that deal with Edomite men. So, if something happens to them, don't call my phone talking about, oh, we need you to go ride or we need you to go march the streets and protest and little balloon release. I'm not doing none of that, man. You've been warned. And it's like, it ain't just us telling you that. It's like, you just look at history. Like you said, we're in the information age. Look at history. The devil done did this over and over and over again. It shows you 2/3, they're really insane. They keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. And Esau kick them in the butt every single time. Us, we done learned. We're like, nah, we're going to be holy, we're going to seek the Lord, and we're going to stick away from Esau because he's the bloody man. We look for Esau to do something wicked. I look for Esau to lie. I be looking at Esau when I get at work like, man, what lie you got to say today? I be waiting on it, They be looking at me, they be feeling naked, all nervous. Man, I don't like the way they look at me. I be looking at Esau, where the lie at, man? What wickedness you gonna do? I watch Esau very carefully for his wickedness. And that's how you supposed to treat that devil.
This is why when they hopefully that I always apply this scripture right here. Sirach chapter 12 and 10. It said, never trust thy enemy, but like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. And he said, though he humble himself, though he come to you being all friendly, he said, go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him if thou have wiped the liquid glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
That's a perfect right there, man. He might say, I'm going to pass a law, here's reparations. Here a little bill, here goes some money, here goes a bag of money. That's him crouching and humbling himself. Jake think, oh yeah, that white man cool. That white man, now he alright, And that was just a way to get in to stab you in the back. The Lord said a commandment, never trust thy enemy.
And see, when you think about it, like, man, these devils, like, I still remember when Biden, when he was down there campaigning, during that C-19 situation, he said, I'm not going to make it mandatory. 6 months later,
You better go get it.
my patient is running thin.
God.
That's exactly what he said.
I'll give you another example. Think of, we was talking about this when we opened camp, the Osage natives.
Yep.
If they would have followed the commandment, never trust our enemy, he would never been to take the oil from them and take that land. Or if you think about our brothers and sisters, that was the Mayans, the Aztecs.
Yeah.
You know, Esau come over on their boat. Had they not trusted Esau, they would have never got conquered. You know, the natives would have never got conquered. They let them in the land. He killed all the buffalo.
They showed them how to hunt. They showed them how to
I
grow.
was just about to say.
That's trusting your enemy.
Taught them how to grow food, hunt, and live off the land, and they killed them.
Exactly.
Esau would have died over there trying to make some food and get something.
Our people lost the knowledge of this book, and they didn't follow that commandment. They all, let's trust the so-called white man. And it always go bad.
Oh,
But it all had to play out like that anyway for this to happen for the Lord, for the prophecies to come out, man. So we had to go through these things, man.
Yeah, the Lord.
For us to learn.
Exactly.
Yep.
Like when the
Yeah,
boy
I
we
was
just
getting ready to
made.
say
So
that.
we can look at the natives, look at Osage, look at, you know, the Mayans, look at them, look at the mistake they made. The mistake they made was trusting Esau. And we can see the results of it.
Just
So
like
here we
just
are.
like Yahushua as Adam and as Solomon. Then when he came as Yahushua, he like, man,
I ain't dealing with
yeah, fuck that. Hey, no.
I learned my lesson.
Uh-huh.
No, he started giving scripture. Never give thy script to a woman. hey, you better abide by
Gird up your
that.
loins as a man. And nigga like, man,
Out of 1,000 women, I'll find not one righteous. You know, Kisana gave us the game plan, man. They deal with women no more. 'Cause women, they'll, you know, they'll soften you up.
when it came as Yahushua, he was like, yeah, nope. No sin, man. I ain't doing none of that. I ain't falling for the same old thing, man.
They ain't going for your fruit, baby. You
Uh,
know what I'm saying? I ain't going for that juices. I know what it leads to. And so now we're looking at that the scripture said, never trust thy enemy. And now we're going to abide by that. Lord said, don't trust the enemy. That does good for you. That's the Lord trying to preserve you. Because as you trust your enemy, you're going to fall. I don't give a damn. Like, you know, old school Jake trying to, I'm going to do it like this, or maybe we do it like that. Like, even the civil rights movement, they was them trusting their enemy. We're going to bring them in, maybe I show him the barbecue, he eat this good peach cobbler, he going to do right. No, he's never going to do right.
Because he's the board up wicked. He can't never do right.
So that had to happen for us for the future generation to see it and be like, okay, we're not going to do that. And that's why Esau going to fall. Because this generation now, we got the foot down. When they say put your foot down, we're like, hell no, you can't come to the barbecue.
yeah.
You a devil. No, I'm not teaching you that. No, I'm not giving you this. This is mine. You know, we ready to bang with Esau now.
We 10 toes down on it now.
Yeah, now Esau like, oh damn, I can't know. What if I say this? What if I come with a bag? He done ran out of tricks. All the little tricks is ran and depleted, man. We like, no, man, I don't give a damn what Esau got to say. Keep talking, get a bullet in your head. Now get off my property and go that way. Not dealing with you. I don't give a damn what you got. And they try to come in, I'll teach you about the Lord. Fool, we already know about the Lord. It's our book anyway. And they try to use that game. I'm trying to bring Jesus to you. I'm trying to save your soul. What they call it, Christian missionaries.
Mm-hmm.
They use that game. Oh, I got some business though. I got a bag of money. A loan. No, we're not doing it. Oh, if you refinance your house, I'll get you in a better deal. You pay a better, lower payment. No, we're not doing that. You took my grandma's house doing that. No, we're not refinancing shit. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Why are you on my property? You know, and he can't operate like that. He has to get the resources from
Slam the
Jacob.
door in his face.
Yeah, so now he like, oh man. Plus, like I say, without that, he gonna wither and die, just like the natives. The natives would have left Esau alone, he would have withered and died in Babylon the Great. So now we're at the point where that's the solution.
The Moors. They didn't teach them how to be clean and wash themselves.
God, right. They died in Europe.
Yeah.
They was here with the bubonic plague.
Yeah.
The boy, Jay got to come in there like, wash your ass. You look nasty, dirty, eat a bite. Man, bleach, man, disinfectant, you know. They'd have died then. I said, Jake always saved them. It's always us. If we just like don't save them, they'll perish. The scripture say we're gonna do that.
For y'all Moorish motherfuckers, hey man, a Moor ain't nothing but an Israelite man who suck another way, man.
Islam?
Yeah.
A Moor is nothing but a Jake that went to the nation of Islam, man.
Like Tank Davis.
Yep. Or like Malcolm X
Malcolm
today.
X.
Them was wars, man.
As a matter of fact, there was a video of Malcolm X that was actually teaching out of the scriptures too. He was going through the curses on there in that video too.
Before you was a war, you was an Israelite.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That stuff is done with. You know, that ain't gonna get it, man. Get to the scriptures.
Now this is Ecclesiastes, aka Sirach, 14:5, and it says, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his good. There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is the recompense of his wickedness. If he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. At the last he will declare his wickedness."
That's Esau.
Yeah, that's Esau to the fullest right there. So the scripture break down who Esau is.
Now how you get down his way.
Yep.
So why would you want to join yourself to someone who he ain't even good to himself? You know, Esau got them weird ass fetishes, slapping himself with a whip, defiling himself and shit, man.
Pagan, verbals. They got some weird stuff, man.
The way he to his own family, fuck her, man. We don't put her in a goddamn nursing home.
They don't respect their parents.
They sit back and watch them die. Like, oh, hey, I hope grandma got some inheritance.
Yeah. Get a letter in the mail, like, oh shit, grandma, you got a life insurance policy for me now.
Yeah, put that pillow to him. Yeah, you need to go, you old hag.
Grandma died of old age.
Yeah, he put the pillow to it. I heard anybody say that to me. I can't wait for my mother to die. I get this and I get that. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, y'all different from us.
Fuck you old bag. Like,
God.
Like, damn.
And you want to mix in people like that.
Exactly.
If he do that to grandma, I mean, who are you?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want me mixed in people like that. We love our parents. Esau don't love his parents. Esau cuss his mama out, cuss his daddy out, unalive him if he get benefit off of it. Like we've been saying.
Get out of my room, bitch!
Yeah.
It was the case here recently where Edomite killed his dad here recently. I just seen it. It was a little news report about that now here recently.
I did a lesson on the Edomite, man. He just killed the goddamn old white man for no reason. I just wanted to murder something. I just wanted to, like, yeah. So he doing that to his own people. Cut his head off. His mama found his head in the room.
Sick stuff.
Exactly.
They sick. He talking about eat your fingers. You know, he do cannibalism, Jeffrey Dahmer type of stuff. There's a lot of them. He's just the most famous one.
You want to
because the elites do that.
You want to join with that.
Adrenochrome. They like real life vampires. That's why they're like I said in the movies, the light hurts them.
Yeah.
The light is really descriptive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because the holy, you know what I'm saying? They like to drink straight blood, man. They got to. They can't make it without us. And now at the point, all we got to do is like not help them. Tell them get out of here. I ain't teaching you nothing. I ain't got no conversation with you. And they'll wither up and die. Just that easy, man. And we're at the point. Only we're gonna do it. The hope we let, or the remnant gonna do it. But I believe that's enough to knock them off. But they need all Jake to survive. So they lose any portion of Jake. That's why it's so devastating. Any portion of Jake they lose, it's gonna be devastating to their system because they need all Jake to spend the money and you know what I'm saying, the revenue and to do what they need to do. And I'm saying even 2/3 starting to get to the point they want to deal with them. So they let us know Esau really done. Esau's done right now. Like he done lost it. So now the next thing to do, y'all try to look for war. Look for Esau come down in a panic, throw a hissy fit, and everybody, you know, everybody about to get it, man. He about to destroy everything. Because that's when they're going to try to bring up a new world order, which is going to be the MOTB. This order's done with. Jake is no longer going for it no more. Keisha say she's done. She don't want to talk to Becky no more. So how can they get their feminism off if Keisha don't want to listen to Becky? The feminism worked because Keisha picked it up. They gained this power and strength. And Keisha like, nah, man, I'm a single mother. I got 4 different baby daddies. I'm listening to you. And you over here with a husband, house and everything. I ain't got nothing. Section 8, that's because I listen to you. So now Keisha, you starting to learn, like, nah, Becky not invited no more. You know, and then, you know, us men, we already be like, man, forget Paul. Forget Travis, man. We ain't dealing with that we ain't dealing with him no more, man. Take your little beach wearing, flip-flop wearing ass over there. You know? Now you got some that still going, no man, we gotta take you doing that. I love my snow buddy. If it ain't snowing, I'm going. You know? Hey, they just have to learn the hard way.
You're the one that gonna get destroyed, man.
Facts. We up out of here. Y'all got my precept?
I got one more. Now this is Leviticus 11. This is going into the law of the creeping things on the earth. But like this is, you can consider this because this is Esau Edom's ways, man. And this is Leviticus 11 and 44. It says, "For I am the Lord your power. Ye shall," it says, "ye shall therefore sanctify yourself, and ye shall be holy, for I am holy. Neither shall ye defile yourself in any matter of any creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." And Esau Edom's characteristic is a snake, so he creepeth and slithers around. So don't defile yourself with that. And this is verse 45, the point. It says, "For I am the Lord that bringeth you up out of the land of Egypt." And we're, like we said, we're in the spiritual Egypt now. The Lord is going to do that again on a higher level. And it says, "For I am the Lord that bringeth you up out of the land of Egypt to be your power. Ye shall therefore be holy, for I am the Lord. For I am holy." So like, and that's it, man. Hey, it brought us around full circle back to Leviticus, man. We're holy, man. We're supposed to be separate from this devil. And he creeps around like a snake, and he's base, man. He's worse than the goddamn snake. He's worse than the creepy animals, man. So don't be defiled with him, man. Be separated from him, man. Come back to the Lord, your power.
Yeah. Prophet Joel said that he's the basis of man. And I got this precept right here, which is Micah chapter 2 and 10, and it says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction." And that's it right there, man. So, you know, arise ye and depart. This is not your rest. This place is not your home. Esau Edom, whatever he created, it's never been your home. It's never been your rest. And then it tells you the reason why. It's going to destroy you, even with the sword destruction. You will be destroyed joining in with these devils. That's why it said be ye separate.
Hey, and yup, full circle. How you arise and depart? By being holy. Separate. That's how you depart. Depart from the system. Depart from something, you have to separate. And that's what we're telling you to do, y'all. So it's time to, hey, really, you know, want your salvation, take it seriously. It's time to really do that, man. Increase it and do it to the best of your ability. So with that being said, you know, we've just been edifying. So I'll praise glory too.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Kwam Yasharala wa Baba Baba.
Kwam Yasharala, baby.
Shalom, shalom.
Stay locked in. Yahweh Shai is quickly on the way.
Hey,
Shalom.
Tawada for tuning in. Tawada for tuning in.